Good day, everyone. Trust you're doing well today. Today, we are talking about how to budget and invest 400k if you earn that amount. So, you get paid your salary of 400k. For that moment, you feel rich until Nigeria economic realities start eating you left and right. First, it's rent that take its share. Then, secondly, food prices has gone up astronomically. Transport is now more expensive. Electricity isn't stable. So you buy fuel for your generator. That is if you don't even have solar. Then your internet subscription is there to be renewed. A few unexpected bills shows up, like trying to help friends, family, the regular, black tax. Before you know it, you're already counting down to the next payday. Now, if this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Many young Nigerians earning between 200k and 600,000 naira every month are asking the same question. If I'm earning more money than I used to, why does it still feel like I'm getting poorer or not meeting up in life? The answer is simple. Your salary may be growing, but inflation is moving even faster. Now, if you have heard of the word inflation before and it sounds confusing, don't worry, because inflation simply means things becoming more expensive over time. So the same 10,000 naira that bought plenty of groceries a few years ago buys much less today. Basically, what that means is if your money is sitting in your bank account, it's slowly losing value. Today, I will show you a simple way to fight back, not with magic, not with crypto promises. I will show you a practical system, like a strategic way you can start using the very next time you get your salary. Now, let's imagine someone earns exactly 400k every month. How should they split that money in today's Nigeria? Now, let's break it down. Most people have heard of the famous 50, 30, 20 budget rule. That idea is simple. 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, 20% goes into savings and investment. It works well in many countries, but let's be honest, Nigeria in 2026 is not like many other countries. Food prices alone has risen astronomically. Transport costs keeps changing. Rent is getting expensive. Electricity is unreliable. Everything feels like it costs more every few months, due to inflation. Now, because of that, I think we need a version that fits our reality. Instead of a traditional rule, here is a budget that makes more sense. 50% for needs, 20% for wants, 30% for building wealth. Notice something important. We are not saving what is left over. We are making wealth a priority. Let's start with the first part. First, 50% for needs. That amounts to 200k, technically half of 400k which you earn. Now, needs are the things that keeps your life running. These are not luxuries, right? These are things you cannot easily avoid. This includes rent, food, transportation, electricity, water. That's if you buy pure water, bag of pure water. Then cooking gas, basic healthcare. If your monthly salary is 400k, then your target is to keep all of this within 200k. That expenses should not exceed 200k. Now, the question is, can everyone actually achieve this? Not always. If you are living in a very expensive part of Lagos or Abuja, your rent alone may make this difficult. That doesn't mean the budget has failed. It means your lifestyle may need adjusting. Sometimes relocating closer to your work saves transport. Sometimes sharing accommodation reduces rent. Sometimes cooking more meals at home saves tens of thousands every month. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is control. Because once your needs consume 70 or 80% of your income, you leave almost nothing for your future. Now let's go to the next part. 20% for wants. That's 80,000 naira. Now, wants are the things that makes life enjoyable. Going out with friends, streaming services and data, shopping, entertainment, weekend hangouts. There's absolutely nothing wrong with spending money on yourself. All right, life shouldn't be all work and no enjoyment. The problem starts when want quietly becomes needs. Something like needing a new phone every year, ordering food every day, shopping because you are stressed. Now, those small expenses don't look dangerous on their own, all right? But together, when it's done frequently, they quietly destroy your financial progress. Now, giving yourself a fixed amount like 80,000 naira every month allows you to enjoy life without feeling guilty. Now, when it's finished, it's finished. No borrowing, no dipping into your investment money. Now, let's go to the next one. The last 30%, which is 120k. This is where your future lies, and this is where your future is built. This money has one job: to make you more money. So instead of leaving it in your regular bank account where you will be tempted to spend it, we are going to divide it into three different buckets. Each bucket has a different purpose. Bucket one, 50,000 naira into a dollar investment. Why dollars? Because over many years, the naira has lost value against major foreign currencies. Nobody knows exactly what exchange rate will be next year or even 5 years from now. But history shows that holding some assets linked to the US dollar can help protect your purchasing power over the long term. This doesn't mean keeping physical dollar under your mattress. There are regulated dollar mutual funds and other dollar denominated investment products offered by licensed financial institutions. The goal isn't to become a currency trader. No, the goal is to protect part of your wealth. Think of this bucket as your financial umbrella. The fact of the matter is, you may not need it every day, but when heavy rain comes, trust me, you will be glad you have it. Bucket 2, 40,000 naira into Nigeria dividend stocks. Now, what exactly is a dividend? Imagine you own a small part of a successful company. When that company makes a profit, it sometimes shares part of that profit with its owners. That payment is called a dividend. When you buy shares in a solid Nigeria companies with a history of paying dividends, you are not just hoping the share price goes up. No, you are also giving yourself the chance to receive regular income from the companies you own. Of course, stock prices can go up and down. Nothing is guaranteed. That's why investing works best when you think long term instead of checking prices every day. Now let's go to bucket 3. 30,000 into a high yield savings or money market fund. Now, every financial plan needs an emergency fund. Life happens, your car can break down, someone can get sick, your phone suddenly stops working. Now, without emergency savings, many people end up selling investments at the wrong time or borrowing money at high interest. A high yield savings account or a money market fund aims to pay more interest than a regular savings account, while still keeping your money relatively easy to access. Now, this bucket gives you peace of mind and liquidity. But here is the question everyone wants to ask: can investing 120,000 naira every month really make a big difference? Let's do the maths together. If you invest 120,000 naira every month, that's a total of 1,440,000 naira every year. Keep doing it for 5 years, you would have contributed 7.2 million naira from your own pocket. Now remember, your investments are also working while you sleep. Some earn interest, some pay dividend, some grow in value. Nobody can promise exactly how much they will grow, right? Market go up, market come down. The economy changes. But if we use long-term historical investment return as a guide, right? Here is what different outcomes might look like after 5 years. Now, a conservative outcome could leave you with roughly 9 million to 10 million naira. An average long-term outcome could grow to around 11 million to 30 million naira. If markets perform very well over that period, the portfolio could even reach 14 million to 16 million naira or more. Now compare that to your annual salary. A person earning 400,000 naira every month earns 4.8 million naira in 1 year. Now, even the conservative investment outcome is already much higher than 1 year's salary. Think about that for a moment. Your money starts working almost as hard as you do. Guess what? That's the real goal. Now, this is very important. The biggest secret isn't investing. The biggest secret is psychology. When most people receive their salary, what they do is they pay everyone first. The landlord, the electricity company, transport, restaurants, shopping. Then they try to save whatever is left. Usually, nothing is left to save or invest. Wealthy people today often reverse this process. They pay themselves first. That means the investment leaves their account immediately after the salary arrives. Not after spending, but before spending. The easiest way to do this is automation. Set standing instructions. Set automatic transfer. Remove the need to make a decision every month. Because the fewer decisions you have to make, the more likely you will stay consistent. And consistency beats perfection every single time. Now, that's why psychology is the secret. Here is something I want you to remember. Building wealth isn't about earning millions overnight. It's about creating a habit that continues even when life becomes expensive. A person earning 400,000 naira with clear plan can often build more wealth than someone earning 800,000 naira who spends almost everything. Income matters, but behavior matters even more. So the next time your salary alert drops into your phone, don't ask, what can I buy? Instead, ask yourself, how much of this money will still be working for me 5 years from now? That one question can completely change your financial future. If you found this video helpful, take just 5 minutes today and write down your own version of this budget. You don't have to copy these numbers, exactly. Adjust them to fit your life, but keep the principle the same. Cover your needs, enjoy your wants within limits, and pay your future self first before anything else. Your future self will thank you for every month you stayed consistent. If you gain value from this video, please like and subscribe so you do not miss my next video. All right. Have a nice day. Bye.